Hello everyone, I'm glad I can have you all here as few people watch my videos. Today we are doing assault support doctrine, and let's take a look at the commander first. First you look at it and you're like, oh, that's quite nice. You have quite interesting things here. A tiger, a fragmentation bomb, strafing run. This is the only commander in the game that has this ability. You have a cargo track. This is also unique for that commander. And you have artillery field officer. So let's talk about the artillery officer, because this unit on its own just gives you even more than the commander. Like, he has 5 abilities and they all are really juicy. We have a smoke screen, we have an Inspire Aura. Inspire Aura is what really makes this unit clicks. It gives to all nearby units, both vehicle and infantry, a bonus. For infantry units, it's a bonus of 50% more accuracy, and for vehicles, it's 13% technically to vehicles, to shooting speed. So really nice. I'm not sure how it applies to support weapons. I think that it applies the vehicle bonus, not the infantry bonus to vehicles, but I can't be certain that. Anyway, there is a diversion that increases the officer's survivability. There is a coordinated barrage that makes all your artillery pieces shoot in the designated area, and you have a heavy mortar barrage on vet 1. And it gets even better on vet 3. Tooltip for veteran C3 tell us that advanced officer training improves weapon accuracy and capability to lead. What does it mean? If you look on the Company of Heroes 2 wiki, I hope that they are right about it, because I didn't look it up myself in the game files. It increases both the bonuses, both of the vehicles and infantry, to 25%. Now this is a more significant bonus. Your infantry will be 25% more accurate. Now, to fully understand what we'll be working with, this officer is a support unit, supporting our infantry, and in this case grenadiers. We'll be giving these grenadiers MGs 42 just to improve their damage output, and they also on vet 2 have improved weapon accuracy, and on vet 3 they have weapon control. Again, the relic doesn't want you to know what these things mean, you have to guess, but thanks to the wiki we can look it up, and the vet through improves your accuracy by 40%. That's a lot, that's a huge bonus, 40%. Like, like, who would expect such a huge number there? And on rank 3 you have 20% faster shooting speed on your weapons. And this is, if you we will be trying to combine all of these things. Like, our infantry could easily become unstoppable if we combine all of these things together. We'll be seeing how that works on the replay example, and for now let's take a look what this doctrine counters. It counters infantry blobs, obviously, because our blob will be stronger than their blob. It counters quite well static defenses, at least in the later games. It has super powerful late game. It has plenty of support for your infantry. It has mobility, because we won't be relying as much on support weapons. But it has weak early game, and officer is a unit, and I'll show you what I mean by that also during the replay. What you really need is an officer and some infantry for him to support. You will need some infantry support weapon early on. It can be sniper, MG, mortar. Flamer could really help you out in certain situations too. If things go south, we can go heavier on T2 and get 222 or a Pak 30 if we have problem with tanks. But in ideal scenario, we just rush medium tank. It can be Stug if you need to, it can be Panzer IV, it can be Ostwind, depends what you want. And later on we want to add few artillery pieces to use coordinated barrage and a tiger. And with all these things out of the way, the planning phase, let's take a look on the replay. I hope it shows. Let me see. Yeah, it shows. Okay, so let's get to the replay. I'm playing in the red as the Oster. Obviously, I'm on the offense, and we are playing on with OKW player on the defense. We are playing against Soviets on the offense and United States on the defense facing me. We are starting obviously with infantry company, and we'll be making a sniper to counter all of these US riflemen. The sniper will really shine this game, and we have munitions here. And this first thing that we are doing, considering assault support doctrine, is the map. We will be wanting to use that Opel Blitz cargo truck to generate some extra resources, and on Alliance of Defense we have this ammo point really close to our base, so we can leave that truck here and just get some extra resources. Here I'm ticking around with my pioneers, and my sniper is about to pop out of the barracks. We'll be using him to cap. Never forget to put him on control group 1. We claim that munitions, and going onward. I'll be dropping myself some sandbags here just because there is so much open space here, and I want my sniper to have somewhere to hide. We are adding first Grenadiers units to support all of this, and we'll be starting to pick up a fight with the Yanks. And we take one guy's head there, and I'm charging in. He's Bob the Builder, but we'll be dealing with that. I have my sniper here. We'll consider picking the middle, but the middle comes to us. So, oops, not this button, sorry. So we'll be just grabbing some cover. Our sniper will start picking off that infantry. This guy is already on a run, and will be now moving to the another unit. Oh, come on, shoot, Hans. And there goes. And our pioneers will move in close to grab the green and help our poor Grenadiers. This guy has to run away, and basically this infantry engagement was easy as pie. Our sniper did land quite a few hits. I get so excited about dropping that teller that I forget that my pioneers were actually holding their foot on that point. But we have already a teller. Always invest in your tellers. This will win you games, and this replay will be an example of that. I move a bit to the middle because my fuel is secured, and here is the first important thing. We see the lieutenant. That means that the enemy will have has chose that officer, and he will be having MG, M20 utility car, and steward. That means he will not have AT gun. Therefore, if we make a Panzer IV, it will be really hard for him to deal with it. And we already consider our options here. There is a push there, dropping more mines, and we will need to move our guys back to our fuel. And I quickly finish dropping that teller, and our sniper will continue to pick off infantry. 8th head for his name. And yeah, we'll just be grinding that rifleman. My pioneers are used as cannon fodder, but they do quite well. I have my guys here. I wanted to click them to go with rifle grenade, but I don't know what happened there. I must have misclick something, and I drop a grenade here, and this unit is routed. Shame, because I lost 2 guys for nothing, but oh well, we are still in the lead. I'll be backing off my pioneers, and I'll just grab this point, back all of these guys to replenish. I assume my opponent is doing the very same thing, so we should have some room to breathe if need be. Our grenadiers and our sniper will slow down the enemy. Here my teammate was so kind that he dropped me these medkits here. And we'll be obviously replenishing all of our guys. We are in the battle phase 1, we are slowly creeping towards the battle phase 2. And I am still considering my options towards the Doctrine, but I consider assault support mostly because of the map. I really want to drop a cargo truck on that munitions, and because I was expecting to be making that video. We're getting ourselves a fuel cache just so we can get to that Panzer IV a bit quicker. The good news is that my teammate is holding the enemy fuel. That means that their tanks will be delayed and our tanks will be a bit quicker. This is another vote for assault support doctrine. Kill cache is ready. And we are creeping towards the middle as I see that the US player is pushing my teammate instead of pushing me. And there is a very dire situation for that machine gun and we are rushing to help. I'm a bit afraid to stretch out myself and get flanked. So I'm taking my time. I would prefer to give that fuel away than to lose some of my key units, like for example that sniper. He's really doing amazing work. He has 10 kills on him already. My teammate is moving in and will be doing the very same thing. These grenadiers will be sent to this cutoff just to disturb the enemy. My sniper and my grenades are there to push in. And we'll be picking off the enemy infantry. With a sniper, I'm not being very aggressive with my grenadiers there. My sniper will be tasked with picking off some of these rifles there. No, he took one of these Eklon down. They died. I really like killing the Eklon troops just because US player will probably not replenish them and now he doesn't have a mine detector. And we have quite plenty of mines on our flanks. We have 3, one here, and one there. Should be there somewhere. Yeah, it's there. We lock in, we'll be mopping up that resistance. Our partisans were routed from there, and we locked in that juicy assault support. We'll be dropping supply truck here. We went to the battle phase 2, and we are soon to deploy our officer. Here are some shock troops, very nasty unit. Fortunately I have my sniper with his special ability, so we'll be stunning these guys, and now they are punching back for us for a brief moment. Another tip, this ability on sniper that you just saw, incendiary bullet something, it doesn't count as a shot. Therefore, if you shoot normally with your sniper, then use that ability, and then you can shoot the third time, because it didn't block off the cooldown during the casting of the ability. Therefore, you can quickly kill 3 infantry models in rapid succession. I'll be grabbing the last of that medkit just so I don't have to wait for my bunker to finish. We are dropping ourselves support armor corps. I have my fresh officer. Fire incendiary explosive round. Really nice ability. If you have some extra ammo on your person, you can use that to snipe a unit a bit quicker. We did lock in that truck, and we are some extra munitions. You can see that I have 11 munitions extra than my teammate. And the truck doubles the income from a point. You can obviously use it not only for munitions, but you can use it for, like, for example, fuel, and have your Panzer IV or Ostwind or whatever vehicle you are rushing a bit quicker. And I'm using this for munitions just because we will be using a lot of munitions. You can see that I have only 45. Here the steward goes off on that teller. Sorry that I was not paying attention to that, but I was talking about other things. But yeah, tellers are always worth it. Now we'll be throwing our Inspire Aura just so our infantry blob is doing a bit better. Our sniper is running away. Fortunately he was in green cover and my opponent runs away. One of the flaws of that ability is that it has a large cooldown and there are indicators for your opponent that you are buffed, and they will often avoid engagement once you have this ability working. We didn't have the bonuses that we mentioned that we want. Our officer is not a veteran and our grenadiers don't have the rank 2 veterancy, so it was not as impressive, but if they were, it would be really effective. I'm keeping my officer close with my infantry just so he can support them. He has plenty of abilities on him, but all of these abilities require his presence, and this is troublesome because because sometimes he might be routed, pinned or something, or even be killed, so we have to really watch out for him. I'm dropping smoke on that MG just so it doesn't pin us, and we'll be grabbing some more adventurous, better cover to fight for that fuel. Here I see those shock troops running for me. I'll be using my officer to stop them. My sniper will stun them and my officer will be tossed in to murder them. This officer is really tough a guy. You can really use that unit just for fighting, not only for supporting your infantry, because I think they have stats comparable to shock troops, at least from what I saw. Our snipers continue to be annoying. We are vet 1, so heavy mortar barrage is ready. It really can compare to the shock troops. It's really good early on. Here on another teller, T-70 goes off and this guy, it dies. I have my Panzer IV. I'll be running away with my officer. It will be quickly regrouping. My opponent has only a bazooka on his officer, so I'm completely not bothered with his infantry. I'll be just killing them off with my tank. I'll quickly give a mine detector to my pioneers and fix that Panzer IV so it can get back to fight. This MG is running away, and that's a mistake for my opponent. He should relocate that and continue to fight. And I'll be creeping towards that fuel. The officer is replenished and will be quickly running him back to the front line so he can use all of his amazing abilities to help our guys. Yeah, I'll be trying to toss a grenade, no. And we are here, shooting all of these guys. There is this bazooka team there, but I'll be picking it off with my sniper. I'm not really afraid of that. Our infantry will be gunning them down. I gave away machine gun to these grenadiers, and I gave it to this unit, not any other, because it was the first one to have veterancy too. But you always want your hand out your upgrades to units that are vetted. I have my officer here at the ready, and we're seeing what we can do about it. I'm using that inspiring aura just to improve our performance here. My opponent is running away. I see that MG and I'll be dropping heavy mortar barrage on it, and my opponent is actually running away. We are vet 2 and soon will be vet 3, and this officer will be at his peak of his career. My opponent continues to try to push me. I'll leave that to my sniper, and my officer will just be a mid-shield in front. We'll be using diversion just to increase his survivability. Also, we have a tank behind our back. We'll be shooting these guys up. To avoid casualties, I'll be running that officer anytime soon. Yeah. Also, the sniper will leave that point for our Panzer IV, and our infantry is already arriving, and more will be added as soon as they regroup. I'm adding Panzer Grenadiers just to have a bit more crunchiness in my infantry. And these Grenadiers will be sent towards the middle and see can they help out, or maybe just capture that point. Or maybe just stick to that green cover and cover this road. I'll be picking up a fight somewhere there with my Panzer IV, it seems. Not much happens there. You can see that my teammate is doing really well on his flank. US player continues to pressure me. I guess I can... Oh. Sorry about that. And I guess I can just sit for now and wait for my officer to arrive, because he's in the base and I really could use him right now. I'll be just shelling the enemy with my Panzer IV for now. The enemy tosses his bazooka at me and I'll be trying to kill them off. Our officer is finally here. Rest of our guys, I forgot about them, so they are a bit in the back. And we'll be dropping a mortar barrage on these guys there. Soviet player, seems that has some support weapons there. Seems that these guys really want to push me out of the field, and I'm pushing on with my infantry. I have my officer at the ready. Here is some rifle team, and he really wants my sniper dead. I'll be backing him off, and I don't remember will he survive, but it seems he will, considering how many units are shooting those poor rifles. We'll be backing these Panzer Grenadiers just so they can kill, and I really hope that I can wipe that squad, but no luck there. Some shock troops I had, yeah, they are running away. We try to destroy this AT gun, but not much happened there. Tossing some grenades here and there. And we'll be having a Panzer IV at the ready. We are making a Panzerwerfer, just so our officer can use his coordinated fire ability. I'll be backing all of my guys just to regroup, and we'll be waiting for everyone to get back on their feet to fight this US player. Let's take a look on his units. He's adding an AT gun. He got himself a captain, and I guess that's the only reasonable thing he could do there. I'll be picking up a fight with that infantry blob anytime soon. We have our infantry ready. They just get to get back there, and we have our Panzerwerfer also. So we'll be shelling these guys. Panzerwerfer is here at the ready, and it will be shooting a barrage. My opponent hears the rockets falling, and he's already on the run. I'll be taking out that machine gun with my Panzer Grenadiers, so I'm really happy about it, and will be stealing that 50 cal, because considering the amount of infantry my opponent has, I really want that. We'll be picking it up with this unit, because this one doesn't have a machine gun on them, so it will be the least loss of value from our current infantry group. I'm pushing in with my officer, and will be perhaps throwing some abilities here and there. I push in, trying to hunt that motor half-track, but no luck there. I throw a grenade to that AT gun, disable it. Fortunately, because that Panzer would go down if I didn't. As I run away with that officer, I will be quickly dropping a coordinated barrage here, just so our Panzerwerfer gets once can shoot again, despite the fact that he didn't recharge. No, really didn't hit anybody there, but well, our Grenadiers are picking up a fight here, defending that point. Our sniper again shoots his magical bullet into these shock troops, and this will be enough to reduce them to uselessness. Sniper will continue to pick up a fight. There's an AT gun that he could take out, maybe. There's Panzer Z is chasing that AT gun, happy about my teammate. I'll be hiding that Panzer IV and repairing it as soon as possible. My teammate is trying to get that AT gun, really happy about his performance there. We'll be backing these guys off, and we have another wave of infantry to fight. I try to back these guys off as I realize that this is not the best idea. A Panzerwerfer is shooting, and nice shot of him. We have also a 50 cal here, and our opponent surrenders. We're getting close to our Tiger, and we didn't have the chance to use fragmentation bomb or strafing run, but I assume you are very familiar with these abilities. We would be soon to have Tiger. Maybe we could add Panzerwerfer next, and we all had officer on Vet 3 as we got there, and you guys can see that our units really start to cramp on veterancy, and this is where they would be start to get interesting, but it seems that we won before that, and that's good because I really would like these videos to be shorter. Lightning Warfare is almost like an hour long, and I believe this is why people don't watch it. You can see that RKD is really nice. I admit that it's mostly because of that sniper. He played really well, but you guys saw, or I chose this replay just so we can see all the abilities that the officer has on him. Take a look on our infantry. I mean our final screen, but it's mostly infantry. We have 37 kills on our Grenadiers. I wonder how much our sniper took out, but I cannot select him because he's in a retreat mode right now. So I don't know. Let's take a look here. 500% efficiency, whatever that means. And oh well. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like the play around with the officer, and if you get him to vet 3 and get all your guys a veterancy, it will really outperform every blob there is. Especially that, take a look how many things you have to support your infantry. You can constantly toss a heavy mortar barrage on enemy blobs, coordinated barrage, and having this this track on this munitions will ensure that you have plenty of munitions to play around with all of these fancy abilities. This will, if you keep using them, it will really drain your munitions, so you have to keep that in mind. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Cheers!